Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Trade of the Day. Now, for today's trade of the day, I will be looking at the euro dollar. So, why I chose this pair is basically because there are up and coming important euro news and dollar news being released later tonight. And with that, let's start off with looking at the euro dollar on the daily. There's an interesting configuration on the 4 hours, but I just want to point some things out on the daily. Now, we see that price of the euro dollar has actually been moving sideways, right, within this sort of a range. And then only recently, okay, over the past few days, due to the dollar weakness, the euro has been outperforming the USD, right? It has even surpassed this range, all right? It has even surpassed this previous high back in back at the end of March, okay? And it seems like price is actually pushing higher and could very well come up to the high at the start of March. All right. So with that, I want to put a resistance over here, okay, and call it the daily resistance. All right. That's where I'm expecting price to make a push to because price already surpassed all resistance, and this is the next resistance. Okay. So generally, market follows the line of least resistance, right? Now, at the same time, okay, at the same time, we see that there is a low here and market made a strong push to the high here. So I want to use a Fibonacci retracement from the low to the high, and I want to open all before I open all Fibonacci ratios, I think it's already telling that you see the negative 61.8 Fibonacci retracement falls in line with the daily resistance. On top of that, the 61.8 falls in line with the level where price broke out of, right? So I want to highlight both the negative 27 and the 61.8 and the negative and the negative 61.8, right? So I'm just going to put the level here and put this as the daily support. So I have the daily support and I have the daily resistance, and my direction is bullish, okay, on the daily. However, it's possible that price could make a small pullback and then continue its upward move. So for that, let's go down to the 4 hours. Okay, and let me tidy this up. Okay, something like that. Now we see that price has actually made a strong push from this low all the way to the high here, right? Now if since this is such a strong push, all right, we can draw a trend line from the low and try to tap as many candle bodies as possible without cutting the candle bodies. All right, this is what we should see. Okay, price is definitely holding within an upwards trend. Now, this is a weird trend line because it doesn't take any point here, but it doesn't change the fact that price is on an upwards trend, right? And I want to use the Fibonacci retracement one more time from the low to the high, okay? And then bring out all the Fibonacci ratios, right, above the trend line. Okay, so 50% is clearly below already. So I just want to look at the 23 and 38. Now, it looks like price can make a push back down to the 23 before coming up to the daily resistance. Another thing to note is that if there's a negative 27.2, this could serve as an intermediate or partial take profit level, right? So price can push down to the 23.6 and then bounce up to the 27.2, okay? And then it can possibly break above and go all the way to the daily resistance. All right, so let me put the levels in. Okay, I will consider this as my buy entry. Okay, the 23.6 as my buy entry, and then of course the 27.2 as my partial take profit. Okay, I'll call it partial. Partial take profit. The final take profit will definitely be at the daily resistance level. All right. So this is the view that I have on euro dollar. Okay. I am waiting for price to come back down to the buy entry, and then I will go long towards the partial take profit and even the daily resistance. Now, the next question is, where should I put my stop loss? I will put my stop loss slightly below the 38.2, somewhere over here. Okay, at the 1.1099 level, right? One more thing that I really want to point out is to bring out technical indicators to help us. Okay, not so much MACD, but more of moving average. Okay, so we see that the moving average, right? When price is in a trending state, okay, the moving average 21 holds price very nicely, right? Even if we go further back, and we see that price has broken below the moving average, but price still holds below the moving average very nicely. Okay, even on the strong uptrend here, price holds above the 21 moving average without breaking it. Okay, so the 21 days moving average works very nicely when euro dollar is trending. All right, so this is the view that I have for euro dollar. Okay, I'll wait for price to pull back to the buy entry before going long, and my stop loss will be slightly below the 38.2. So why my stop loss is there is because if price breaks below and closes below the stop loss, there are three things that happen. One is that price has broken below the ascending trend line support. Okay, so the bullish idea is seemingly invalidated. Secondly, price would have also broken below the moving average, right? And we see how the moving average works when price is trending. So there's another factor to say that the bullish idea is invalidated. And thirdly, price has gone clear below the 38.2, right? So that means that without a doubt, price has turned bearish, right? So that is where I put my stop loss. The stop loss is the level that you put that you know you are definitely wrong. So thanks everyone for tuning in to today's trade of the day on the euro dollar. I hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you.